Hi, how you doing? Jeff Sinker. Great to see you all. Hope you're all doing very, very well. The Clansman, taken from Virtual X1 or Virtual 11 during the Blaze Bayley era. Of course, now it has been taken on board by Bruce Dickinson and is part of the current gig that they're playing on the Legacy of the Beast tour at the moment as we talk. It is a great song. A number of you have already requested for this, so I thought, yes, let's cover it. And it is a fun one. It was a bit of a challenge also to play in the acoustic section, which you will see in the middle. Long song. I have broken the song down into sections, and they will be marked in the video. Do click on the link to download the tablature, which has got all of these sections corresponding, so you'll be able to follow it through. I also have in the link, which will take you to my website, there is a backing track. So during the acoustic sections, you can either take the acoustic or you can take Yannick Gears playing on the lead guitar. So plenty of things to cover, plenty of things to look at. Said it is a long song and there is quite a few parts that I need to go through and a few of the harmonies. So do bear with me. Watch it through if you can. It helps me, helps support me, because YouTube love it when people watch these videos in length. If this is your first time to the channel, great to see you. I know you're going to enjoy this if you've come looking for Iron Maiden. 45 and going, more lessons for Iron Maiden. So do yourself a favour, do me a great service, click on that subscribe button, click on the bell, that way you're going to be notified whenever I am posting any new videos to the channel. Well, I think I covered everything that I need to do on this. So let's get into it. Let me show you how to play the Clansman. So don't go away.
Preview.
Right, let's just look at the lick that's been played by Yannick Gears over this opening section. Quite straightforward. I've watched him just recently play this on the Legacy of the Beast tour. Somebody kindly has done a video of this, so I was just checking out what he's playing. And there is two different ways that you can play this. I played it slightly different. Then since I watched the video, I'm adopting the method that I've seen Yannick Gears playing. But I think the other one sounds better on the final note, which is this. Going to this 5, because what he's doing, he actually goes to the open note instead of going to the 5, but I prefer the 5, but I'm showing you the way Yannick Gears is playing it. So what we're doing, we're playing it all on the G string. We are doing 2 bends on 7th fret on the G string. You get this. Back to the 7 and then down to the 5. Then we got this 7. Back to the 5, sliding down to the 2, and then, now you can hardly hear when he goes to that open note. That's why I prefer getting the control on the 5. So either open or 5. We go back and we play a very similar line on the next one. And the next one, he plays a very similar line. So again, we got the 2 7s full tone bend. And this time we're going to go back to the 5, sliding up to the 9 on the G string. Now we're going to change to the B string. We're going to play 8, and then 9, 8 on the G. and then 10 to 7 on the D. We get this. And then we repeat it. Now this gets repeated, I believe it's 3 times over the acoustic section. Right, what I'm going to do now, keep these in the order A, B, C, D. I'm now going to show you what's going on with Dave Murray through the acoustic part on section A. Dave Murray is playing an acoustic thing, but he plays this, playing it live. He doesn't pick up an acoustic guitar. He's just playing it on a very clean setting on his guitar, which is what I've got here. And we're just moving down 5 chords on the fretboard. And we're going to be starting off on an A5, played across 7 on the D and 9 on the G. And we're just playing 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7. Always. Then we move down to a G5, same pattern. Move down to a D5. Now I used an open D string and 2 on the G. Then we move up to an F5, so we're doing 3 and 5. Now this time we only go 3, 5, 3. Move up to the G5, 3, 5, 3. And then we repeat that whole section all over again, and we do it 4 times. So we would get. And that gets played 4 times. So that takes us to the end of the section A. So we're going to stay with Dave Murray for section B, so we just cover what he's playing on the guitar. Very similar idea, but the patterns that we're playing are just slightly different. This time we are fully playing a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and when we play through these 5 chords. So we're going to start off with the A5 and we're playing 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's just 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now we play that twice. We move down to an F5, which is that 3 and 5. Move up 2 frets to the G5. Down to the D5, 0 and 2. Move up to the F5. To the G5. Now at this point, when we played through that, there is a slight change now on the way he's playing the chord progression. So what he's doing for the next 4 bars, he's going to introduce an open string. But it's going to be across that A5, so we're playing open 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, open 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, open. So we get. Now that takes us to the end of B section as far as Dave Murray is concerned. So what we're going to do now, we're going to flip over and we're going to look at what Yannick Gears is playing over that section. So let me just quickly play it through. All right. Again, very simple riff to play this. We're going to start off on 10th fret on the B. Then we're going to play 9 on the G. Back to the 10. To the 7 on the high E. To 8. Back to the 7. And then 10 on the B. 8. And then back to the 10. Which is that first note that we played at the beginning. So again, that 10. That's that 10 again. Again. Now on the third one, as we play that, we go to that, we end up there on that 8th fret. Now instead of going back to the 10, we are going up to the 13th fret on the B string, full tone bend. back to 13, 12, 8, and then the 10 again, and we start and repeat that whole section. And obviously the guitar behind it is playing a little bit longer because you've got that extra 4 bars that we played at the end, which had the open A string. Now that takes us to the start of our section C. Now we're going back to Dave Murray, and to me this is the most challenging part of this song, playing this part on the clean guitar. So we've got this triplet feel that we have to play. And the triplets, now when we think of a normal count, this is in 4/4 we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we've got them downbeats. We have got to get triplety, 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 triplety played over that count. So we've also got some movement where we are taking our normal, most of it has been played through these progressions down on the D and the G string. But the first section is slightly different. Now I'm just going to play it through and then you can get an idea exactly what we're doing here. We've got that movement of that triplety, 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 trip. That's the long version of it. Now, I'm using my thumb and my first finger, and the way, because I want to get this triplety, triplety, it can't be, we can't get that continual backwards and forwards movement, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, we can't get that, we've got to get this triplet. So the way I'm playing the triplet, I am playing thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb, thumb, finger, thumb. So I get this triplety, 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 triplety. Now you might want to practice that just playing across the 2 strings. Now I'm playing it at a kind of a slow tempo there. When it's played on the record it's a little bit quicker, but you've got to get that triplet feel first of all. So it's well worth just holding down 7 and 7 and just playing triplety, 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 triplety. Till you get that feel. Now, what we're doing in the first part of this section C, we are playing 7, 7, 7, and then we're going to bring in our 3rd finger to the 9th fret on the G string, and we're going to play 9, 7. So we go. So 7, 7, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 7, 7, 9, 7, 9. That's your first bar. Now the next bar starts off the same. We get this 7, 7, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, and then we've got this 7 on the G string, 7 on the D, 9 on the G. So we've got this 10. That movement. Now if I put the 2 together, I'm going to play it nice and slow. Then there's a pause for the rest of the triplet. So we get that last note is triplety. That's that motion that we're playing. So now we move down to a G5, and again with the triplets, but we're not going to be moving, we're just going to be playing across 5 and 7, but with the triplet feel. Now again, you've got to get that triplet feel right. So I do again the thumb, finger, thumb, but because I'm not moving anything, I have got to emphasize the changeover. So I've got thumb, finger, thumb, finger, thumb, finger, thumb, finger. But with the triplet, triplety, 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 trip. Same pattern moving down to the D5. Then I go up and I play just once that pattern that we did at the beginning, which was the cross, that A. We move right down to an A5, twice, up to an A5, same pattern. Now we're going to move to a C5, which means moving down to the A string across the D, and we're going to play 3-5 again. Back to the G5, which is on the D and the G string, 5 and 7. Back to a D5. And now we're going to go back up to the A5. Now on this part from here, we are not having that break where we have that pause, so it's just going to be triplet-y, 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 triplet-y. So there's no break. Oh, we have got 6 bars, and on the final 6th one, that's when we do have that break. So we've got 5 bars of going. And then the final bar, finishing on that 9. Then we move down to the G5 and we're back to our normal. D5. Back up to the A5, and that is that continual one, and we're going to play that for 2 bars. Then down to the G5 for 1 bar. D5. F5, C5. Then we move up to the G5, D5, back up to our A5, and we're doing a full bar and then that finishing bar. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to have a quick look and see what Yannick Gears plays over the top of that. It's got some little incidental riffs that we're just going to quickly look at. So this is the line that Yannick is playing over that section. Okay, very, very simply. He's playing that twice. Which you'll hear on the actual record, and also you'll be able to hear it on the backing track if you decide you're going to play as the role of Dave Murray. So we're going to start on B string, 15th fret, and then we're just going to do 13, 12 on the B, finishing on 14 on the G. We play that twice. Now on the 3rd time, we're going to play the same. We get this. Same thing again, and then we're going to play on the G string 12, across to the B string 12, back to the G on 12, and then hammering on, sliding up, whichever one you want to please, to 14th on the G. There's a break, and then it comes back into it. That completes all of the acoustic sections. Now we are into the rock section. So now we're up to section D, and we have got the overdrive on the guitar. Let's have a look what Dave Murray, in fact the rest of the band are playing this. So let's go and play through section D. Back playing our normal Iron Maiden style here. We are playing an E5 down, 2, 3, 4, whole bar. We go down to a C5 and we got a just a down up, down to a G5. Repeat. Play that 3 times. Then we go up to an A5, 4, back to the C5, to D5. And that is the section known as D. Now we're going to go into the verse section, where again a little bit more rocky on the rhythm. So let me play through the verse. Okay, let's break down that first part of this riff. Now this is being played by Dave Murray. What I'm going to do, we're going to flip over and we're going to look at what Yannick Gears is playing through his part. But the Dave Murray starts off with a double stop on the D and the G string on 7th fret. Then we're going to play 9 on the G and then 7, 9. So we're playing an A5 chord. So we get this. And then we're going to move and play open string on the open A and 7, which is still being held down on that double stop. And we're going to play. So far we've got. Then we go back to that double stop again, and we're playing this 7. So we go 7, 9, 7, 7, 7. So we play that nice and slow. That's the riff, and that gets played 4 times. Then we go down and we're going to play a G5, which is across 5 on the D and G7, and then down to a D5. Then we go back to our riff. Then we go back to the G5, to a D5. Down to an F5, to a C5, to a G5, to a D5. Then we go back to the riff and we play the riff twice. Then we go through that chord progression again, which is that G5, D5, F, C, then we go back to our riff. And from there we go back to the opening phrase that we played, which was the that whole section again, and we do another verse. Let's quickly look at what Yannick Gears is doing, and also on stage at the moment is Adrian Smith as well, both playing the same line. That's when Yannick's not dancing around and throwing his guitar in the air. He's playing this across an A, down on an A5 position, down on the lower strings. Obviously then we get the contrast between the two parts. But let me just play it through. It's very, very similar to what we've been doing in rhythm-wise. Okay, what we're doing there, we are playing open string first of all, open A and open D. So we get this. Get up 4 times, same as what we did on the other one. Then we go into a G chord, to a D. Then we go back for that 2. Then we got that same rundown, which is that G. then to the C, and then back to the G, and then we repeat. So all the chord sequences are exactly the same. It's just that you're down here on that lower end. Nice little rhythm. Takes a little bit of time to get into that groove, but again, you're basing it over the triplets. Triplety, 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 triplety. That's the whole thing on this song. He's really capturing that triplet feel. And now we're going to look at the bridge section marked as section F. We're going to look at what Dave Murray is playing because there is a number of harmonies on this one. But let's just first look at Dave Murray and get the phrasing. So let me just play through the pattern. So we start off on 14th fret on the G string, cross over to the B string, we're going to play 12, 13, 12. Back to the G string is 14, 12, 14. Finishing with another 14. We're going to play that 3 times. And then on the final one, we are going to play back to that 14 as usual. 12, 14, 13 on the B this time, back to the 14, and that's over a triplet phase. And that gets played continually through the bridge section marked as F. Let's have a quick look at one of the other harmonies for you. Right, let me just play through. Same phrasing, just different note position. So we're playing down here, we're going to start off on 5 on the D string. Sorry. So we're going to start off on 7 on the D string. We're going to go to 4 and then 5, then 4 on the G. Come back to the D string, we're going to play 7, 5, 7. With that 7 at the end and then repeat. Down to 5, back to 7, 5 on the G, finishing back on the 7. So that is your second harmony on there. Right, let's have a look at the next part of the bridge, which is marked as section G. So I'll just play it through. And that loops through. So we start off on 9 on the G, another 9, and then 7, 8 on the B string, down to 5 on the G, and then we're going to do a 7, 9, 7. So we get, that's your first part, back down to the 5 on the G, to 10 on the B, going down to 8 twice, to 7 on the G, and then it's 9, 10, 9. Like I said, that repeats. So now let's go and look at the harmony that's been played with this one. And here it is. Okay, same phrasing, of course. So we start off with 7 on the A, another 7, crossing over to the D, do a 4, 5, down to 3 on the A, move up 2 frets, so we do a 7, so we do a 5, 7, 5, back down to the 3 on the A, cross over to the D string, and we do in a 7, 5, 5, down to 5 on the A, and then it's 7, 8, 7 on the A. So that's your harmony section through the next part of the bridge. Now we're just going to look at the chords that are played through the guitar solo, so I'll just go through the sequence now. Okay, that's the chords. We're playing an E5 to a C5 to a G5. To a D5, hold that for 2 bars. C5, then we've got G5, D5, E5, all for 2 bars. We play that round and round through the solo section. Well, at this point, we have covered every single guitar part in this song. All of the sections have been noted down in the tablature, and of course, have you seen this lesson, you will see little displays, section A, B, C, D, which tie into the sections on the tablature. Now, of course, it goes back to various sections we've already covered and goes back and repeats them through. But there is nothing new to be learned. We have covered all of the parts that are played there. Now, if anything, this lesson is great for learning your triplets. In the beginning, that is a real good triplet workout, and of course, the riffs that you play are all based around a triplet feel. So, at the end of this lesson, you should be a dab hand at playing triplets. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to play the Clansman. Said it's currently being played on the Legacy of the Beast tour over in the US. That's why I saw the last version which was played, which I've looked at and based a lot of the parts that I've been showing you based on. I wasn't going to show you the Yannick gears because I'm not going to throw my guitar around the room, but you'll see what I mean if you actually tune into any of them. Well, I am going to let you go and you're going to have a go at playing this. Don't forget, if you do like it, please, if you're a first time, subscribe, tick on the bell. That way you will be notified whenever I'm posting any new lessons. But I gotta go, so until the next time, this is Jeff Sinker for SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Wishing you well, till the next time. Goodbye.